All right, everybody, what's going on? This is the NWA. I fired Gary. I fired Kyle. It's just me and the deal machine. We don't need no one else. That's right. You got it better than us, Dills. Come on. You're muted.
Ah.
There it is.
Why is that music still playing? That Gary dance remix?
It's my show now. That's what we do. We play music underneath the whole time.
We're just going to do it the whole time? That's it.
Because Gary actually thought, oh, God, did I just get fired? Maybe I'll just leave the music playing.
Hey, check this out.
Yeah.
I've got, these just showed up today. Look at these things.
Is that damn Southern Six? The
Yeah.
notorious Southern Six.
These just showed up today. So I had to get rid of pre-orders. I had all these pre-orders. I had to ship them out. So these are like pretty low. And then I also got, where'd it go? Oh, well, I got some of these, right? I made Camille sign them.
Oh, those are good.
Yeah, the lights.
Where did you see her?
Well, he lives on the other side of town.
Oh, that's nice.
I just went over there and bribed her. And I got these in, too. Nice, yeah. Got the blue and the gold. Pretty fresh.
Oh, I like that beanie.
No,
It's too hot for Texas. I can't wear that now. But
well,
come wintertime.
Come wintertime, yeah. And by the time we go to St. Louis at nighttime, it'll be good
It'll
for
be
you.
chilly. It'll be chilly.
It'll be good
We
for
actually
you.
be red hot inside the chase, ladies and gentlemen, for NWA 75. We're going to be talking about that and so much more on this episode of This Is the NWA Weekly, right?
Yeah.
We do it
This
every week.
is.
Yeah,
And
see,
we
that's the
forgot
part
to
I
do
can't get the stutter step. I mean, Gary had so much more practice.
Yeah. It just comes out when he says it.
He's just on with it all the time. I don't have any sort of capabilities to put up the lower thirds of the graphics or anything, but I understand you probably have some sort of deal going on, Dills.
I do actually, and it's today's Monday.
That's right.
And it's going to go. It'll end next Monday. And it's 20% off, and the code is Silver Deals because we're heading towards the silver anniversary in St. Louis.
Ooh. Is it the silver or is it the diamond anniversary?
I don't know. Is
Maybe
50
it's both.
silver?
I think it's multiple because the diamond hits on multiple.
No,
There it is. Look at that.
Hey,
Producer Gary in the mix, maybe. I'm not sure.
No,
Maybe.
no.
Maybe he's got a
Candy
pimple
might
on his nose or something.
I think Candy did it mentally. She.
Is that what it is?
I think she's like in the X-Men or something.
I was messaging with Candy. I hope that we'll be able to see Candy not only at NWA 75, but also for the World is a Vampire tour, ladies and gentlemen. That is August 17th, 19th, 20th, and 22nd, Huntsville, Alabama, West Palm Beach, Florida, Tampa, Florida, and Charlotte, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have some NWA wrestling there. We've got some graphics that are put up there that shows the numbers of talent that'll be there. And, of course, there's always going to be surprises as well. And, we've talked about it before on this podcast, but when we did pretty much the same thing down in Australia, it was a real big hit and people really seemed to enjoy it. So, but I think the difference this time is, we did it in Australia. Not a lot of people came there specifically for the wrestling. And I've already got people reaching out that they bought their tickets after we made the announcement for those cities. So it'll be kind of cool, kind of rock and roll and wrestling, baby.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, they don't get a lot of entertainment in Australia, so I'm sure they love it.
That's the other thing too. They were starving for it. What are they gonna do? Watch two kangaroos? Mike?
Yeah, I've heard. I saw on the internet that a kangaroo is just a deer who went to prison.
That's why they have the pouch so they could steal stuff.
They just got jacked.
Oh, that's true. They do get super jacked. Especially
They do. I ran from a kangaroo once.
Wow,
Yeah.
successfully.
Well, I ran behind Jeff Hardy. We were shooting a thing where Matt was wrestling one of the kangaroos at the zoo in North Carolina. And then one turned around and he looked at us. Me and JB and Jimmy, stopped and went, uh-oh. And he started to come at us. So there's footage somewhere of me being complete coward running behind Jeff because I had the slow-mo cam. He wasn't afraid. He's like, it'll be all right, man.
Did Matt do the job to the kangaroo?
Hell no.
Matt didn't put him over.
Hell no.
Not even in the hometown.
No.
Come on.
That was in his hometown. The kangaroo probably came from Australia. He was the foreign invader. It was like 80s wrestling.
Speaking of foreign invaders, here's Gary Horn, everybody.
Garrison.
Hey, I finally made it.
I butchered your intro, so it's bad.
Yeah, he didn't hit
Very
the
bad
this
job.
is
the
Oh, yeah. What's up, you beautiful people? This is Gary Horn. This is the NWA, the show celebrating the past, present, future, history, legacy, and tradition of the greatest pro wrestling entity of all time. Of course, we're talking about the National Wrestling Alliance. And I am joined by my co-host. Thanks for letting me do that. It would have.
You're welcome.
Like that.
We needed
Of course, that's what we're talking
You're off
about.
on the wrong foot. We were talking about kangaroos and shit.
Yeah, we're not talking about Roy Shire's territory or anything. Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, Dills. I guess we could show them the DLC this past week, right? We could do something like that.
Yeah. Let's get right into it.
Hey, what's the gig? It's another episode of the DLZ. You know your boy Danny Dills has all the deals, and all the scoops. Johnny on the spot, Danny on the spot. How many times I got to say that? There's a big 6-man kicks off next week's Power. Yeah, it's Vampiro and these Werewolf brothers. I don't know why anybody doesn't watch Hammer Horror and just use Silver and just take them on, but they're not going to do it anyway. They're wrestling a couple clowns and some local Chicago guys. We've heard that Kenzie has been begging the office for the pretty empowered to get another title shot. So the NWA has granted him a last chance to get it. Hey, with a twist. What does that mean? I don't know what it means. Twist sounds like a song. Something probably shared you right that? She probably did. Mims. Oh, he's medically cleared, and it's him and Draper next week against the Savages. All right. You need to go nationalwrestlingalliance.com, right? And then you hit the shop button, and you buy any of this stuff right here, right? Because I always got the deals. I got the deals anyway. Oh, I also got the scoop. Look at this brother right here. Austin. Hey. Quit bothering these people.
What do you want? No. We're going to do it my way. We're not going to do it all. Shut up. No. I want you to sell all those shares. I want you to move them over to Tesla.
I heard you got a big match.
Yeah, I got a big match. I always got big
Zion,
matches. Yeah, you
right?
got a big mouth, and I got a big match with Zion.
Zion.
Yeah.
You got to get your book done more. You find out if I think that's your kid.
You're talking too fast.
Huh?
You're talking too fast.
You're talking too slow.
You don't make any sense.
Neither are you.
Okay.
I got all the scoops. Let's see if May Valentine topped that.
You're lucky.
Yeah.
You're so lucky.
You're lucky, too. I'm going to get lucky later. How about that?
Well,
And
Dills.
did you get lucky later?
That's the question on everybody's mind.
Would you like to? Don't worry about it.
Guys, we got started late. I'm sorry. The hustle never stops. So I'm seeing Dills was running his side hustle too over in the shop, and he let you guys know. And hopefully I got the banner right finally. Silver Deals 20% off till next Monday in the shop.
Apparently, I discovered that 75 isn't silver, so
It's diamond, but that's fine. Most diamonds are set in silver.
You know what?
You already put over the silver because you got to use it to put down the Werewolf Brothers.
Yeah,
right. Obviously,
that's correct.
The people in the chat
Also,
are from Texas.
And then this gives you a chance to use diamond later. And
I believe they sent you pictures, Gary.
You sent me some pictures. So there's the hat in there. This is what he's talking about. Who wouldn't want to see these people instead of pictures of Dills and Joe Galley?
Now, when you buy that pretty empowered shirt, it's like a regular shirt. They modified that shirt.
Correct? Yeah, that's a modified version.
That's a good modification.
And I like these shirts. These are cool.
Oh yeah. Those are on their way to me.
Yeah. You sent me a picture of Missa Kate modeling the back of that sweatshirt, which is also very cool, but I don't have it on here. So sorry.
It's good.
Yeah.
Do you see the new beanie,
find out.
Gary? You see the new beanie?
I do see that beanie. That's awesome.
Right there.
Did you see?
I made a huge order from the shop, and then he adds all this brand new stuff. So perfect.
Wait.
Southern Six is in.
Yeah.
I know Alex is watching.
Yeah, I think I have these guys.
Oh!
These guys, the Southern Six, all six of them. All three of them. All three of the six. They're there. So.
3 of the 6. Maybe they all have multiple personalities, and that's why.
There's more to it than you know. There's more to it than you know.
Well,
more than meets the eye. It's like Transformers, Gary.
Mm-hmm.
I know that one. I've seen it. So we unfortunately, Kyle's not going to be able to join us today, but I think we can make up for that because our guest
that
tonight
are wondering and would like to send him some condolences. He is not at a funeral. He is at a double funeral.
He's at a double funeral.
Kyle always has to be extra. And 2 family members pass in quick succession, and they doubled it up for one ceremony. So
goodness,
I've never been to a double funeral before.
I don't think I have either.
Jeez.
Well, our thoughts go out to Kyle Davison this time. We have a special guest that can just fill in for that spot for Kyle. I think who's an analyst. If anybody ever was one, he's a man who knows all about wrestling, probably more than any of us. Let's bring him on now. Let's go with. There's Mr. Tim Storm.
Wait a minute.
How are you, sir?
Can you hear us, Tim? I don't think Tim can hear us through the enormity.
I can see and I can't hear.
Oh.
Oh no.
Headphones or something? Producer Gary, you're gonna.
Mic is on.
He's not muted.
Right now he's unmuted.
Yeah, I
Now
tried to.
He might have to kick out and come back.
You
out.
might have to kick him out and bring him back in.
I'm gonna.
I think this was all Deals' plot just to kick him out.
Yeah, go to the private chat and tell him.
Deals hack the system.
I got nothing. Gary knows this is the way I am all the time. So.
Oh no! All right. Let me. I'm gonna kick him out, and I'm gonna call him real quick.
Okay.
All right.
We'll put him on speakerphone.
All right.
Woo!
It'd be like a radio interview.
Yeah, there you go. Close your eyes, ladies and gentlemen. It's a podcast. You can just listen to us. I enjoyed
Rim instead of Tim. I tried to hit him in the private chat.
Mm.
I was saying, hey, kick out and come back in, but I put Rim instead of Tim. So maybe he won't know I'm talking to him. You know, Rimmy, what's up? You know, maybe he thinks we're, that's Rim's the guy who does the graphics or something.
All right, we got a lot of love for Tim Storm in the chat over there.
Oh boy, well,
yeah, not in the podcast, but in the chat.
Accounting for taste.
Yeah,
Tim must have got the memo. We wore the same shirt today. Actually, he's wearing the tank top version.
Yeah, the tank top. Well, if you got arms like that, why wouldn't you?
There's still a few of the tank top versions left on the website, and then there's still a few of these, but in limited sizes. Doesn't exist. I do, but I didn't put them up. Should I put them up?
Well, here's the good thing, ladies and gentlemen. I'll give you a little tip now. We're getting the footage together, and before we go into NWA 75, you will be seeing matches from Cares for Cooper, and you will also be seeing when we did our conjoined show with BRCW. So it's Boca versus the World, featuring NWA wrestlers. Both of those shows are going to be airing before NWA 75, ladies and gentlemen. We just got the green light today. So we're going to make sure we're going to get those for you. We'll stay tuned to our social media for, and there's some great matches. They went all out at Cares for Cooper. I have to tell you, some big time matches there.
Well, we got cheated on that one.
Yes, you did. But I guess people have to tune in and find out exactly what we mean by that. And then the Boca show, I mean, that was just rocking in there. And we had a match at Thrillbilly versus Mark Long, who, I mean, if you're a fan of reality TV, I mean, this guy's an absolute legend from like the Challenge and all those types of shows over there. I mean, it was big time. Johnny Bananas was there. He was in the crowd for folks that know that type of stuff. And yeah, the folks who like that kind of stuff, that's the kind of stuff those people like.
I guess. Anybody who's a fan of the fruit section, Johnny Banana was there.
Another big name from the Challenge was in
Paul Pear was in the house.
Paul Pear. Is that a Paul Bear knockoff?
Yeah.
Paul Pear.
Oh boy.
So yeah, those shows are going to be airing before NWA 75, probably just the weekend before. We're still trying to slot it in exactly where that's going to go. And then we'll also hopefully be making an announcement for a show towards the end of October, ladies and gentlemen. We're still working some stuff out. So it'll be probably either the 21st or 22nd, 28th or 29th, somewhere in there. We're going to be doing a big pay-per-view, and we're working it. You know, Deals knows all about deals.
Yes.
You got to work deals when it comes to buildings too. Tim, can you hear us?
Now we can't hear Tim.
He's working us. There's no way.
Gary's on mute too. Maybe.
Oh, yeah, I was on mute. So you
Did
can
you
hear
mute
us
Timmy
now,
Thunder?
but we can't hear you. Is there any? You're not.
I can't hear him.
Tim, touch your nose if you hear us. Okay, so there we go. He can
hear us. We can't hear him. What a rib.
It all falls apart when we don't have Kyle. Kyle's the lucky charm.
Well, I'll tell you what, Timmy Thunder. I
Right.
know that
I'm gonna mute myself.
Jack Stain was on here last week. He was talking about whooping your ass.
What do you have to say about that?
Yeah.
Technical difficult. This is what happens when we do live. This is like basically live television. Nobody really appreciates that, you know?
Yeah.
When they watch like, CNN or a live football game and there's a glitch or something goes on, everyone's like, look at that. It's really difficult to do live broadcasting.
Yeah. Tim's voice is so powerful. In the 70s, there was a comic character like that. I can't remember his name. I think it was Black Bolt. If he spoke,
Black Bolt.
Everybody's heads
He had like
exploded.
a fork on his head.
Yeah. Everybody's head will explode. Maybe that's Timmy.
I watched there was some cartoon I was watching where they brought him back and then they just covered his mouth when he screamed and the back of his head blew out. I was like, wow. Like why didn't anybody think to do that? Piece of tape and you're dead.
Yeah.
Oh, look who's here.
Oh, Bubs is here. Yeah, we had a match earlier. He attacked me.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was ready for Fall Brawl, but I told him it was time for the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's already starting that crazy. Anybody? Oh yeah. Anybody who's ever had a boxer knows they're hyper as hell, and they enjoy the rough stuff. Yeah.
I like it. We're just having pet conversations while Gary is doing pet support with him live on this project.
You know what we could talk about? Let's talk about power.
It's my other job too, which is awesome. So I just hung up with the other job doing a tech support call.
Tim's
all right, while you're doing tech support, me and Deals will chat it up.
Yeah, let's talk about power this week.
Oh yeah, big time.
Here, let me pull it up.
Yeah, you pull it up.
Gary needs to solve a problem, so he can't put.
Yeah, we won't show the graphics, but a lot of people have been tweeting them anyways, ladies and gentlemen. So you'll be able to see those graphics, but we'll chat about it, and we'll get Tim's thoughts after the fact. And of course, we'll talk about all the mess that big old Jack Stain's been saying.
Yeah, well, I believe him. He probably is going to whoop his ass. All right, so we got
done it before.
The Savages with Christopher Silvio.
Yep.
Against Magnum Muscle. Apparently, Mims, as you heard on the DLZ, is back from his injury.
That's good to hear. You know, that guy, I mean, he gets banged up. That's the thing when you start having these, or when we do have all of these incredible talent that are signed to the NWA, but they're working every weekend, 2-3 times sometimes, and it makes it really prone to injury. So it's great to see that Mims is going to be back in full force. Magnum Muscle taking on the Savages. Silvio always got some sort of trick ready to go.
Who you got in this match?
Oh, man. You know what? I think it's Magnum Muscle's time, baby. I think it's time to shine. But, you know, Silvio's there as the exit. I wish if Magnum Muscle had a good manager in their corner, they might be able to even the odds there. But of course, you've got Silvio there. And Jackson, we were talking about before. There's the graphic for you, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, Tim's going to try from another computer. We'll see if that works. If not,
he's got multiple computers. La-di-da, Mr.
Big time. Former world champion.
Yeah.
He spent that money well.
I guess.
Yeah. Okay, how about we've got Missa Kate.
Okay.
With Maddie.
Missa Kate
last chance match against Ella with Roxy.
Oh, okay. Last chance. This would be their last opportunity.
Apparently, so Ella's got to win to give him a title shot.
Yeah, exactly. Because they beat him before. I think that's only fair.
I don't know how fair that is.
Opportunities, you got this is your last shot.
Well, you can't do that pretty empowered. I'd like to watch him wrestle.
I think you got to be able to do it to anybody. I mean, it's the rules of the rules. We can't just keep coming back. You can't get to the front of the line every time. You got to earn it. You got to climb the ladder.
Okay, well, tell Joe Alonzo that. He keeps getting junior heavyweight title.
Well, he's got a good manager.
He's only lost 75 times.
Look, he's got that Jamie Stanley. He's got Jamie Stanley. And you know what?
When's the last time you saw James Stanley?
If you look at the success rate for getting their clients what they want, I mean, Jamie Stanley is a big deal. But there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, it's Missa Kate versus Ella Envy. 1-on-1 last chance match. Ella Envy has to win this match in order for Pretty Empowered to get another shot at those NWA World Women's Tag Team.
Well, they're pissed. See, they don't have the straps. Look, they both look pissed, and you look on the other side, and they're both smiling.
They're not happy without gold.
It's all about attitude.
Yeah,
it's all about attitude, baby.
That was my John Madden breakdown because that's what he would have said. Yeah, but look, they're happy over here. It's probably because I got the title.
And they sounded. I don't know if you saw this from last week's Power, but actually, Mae Valentine got to talk to him as well.
Ladies, you got your wish. A last chance match on next week's episode of Power, but I'm not sure I understand the stipulation.
May, honey, why don't you stick to your job and we'll do ours? Because it doesn't matter if it's M95, Samantha Starr, Ruthie J, or Betty White her freaking self. Pretty Empowered will be victorious, and we will get one more shot at those titles at NWA 75. And also, May, before you interrupt me, it doesn't matter what the stipulation is, because Pretty Empowered will come out on top.
Okay, and which one of you will be entering the match?
Okay, May, don't ask dumb questions.
It doesn't matter.
All I'm saying is, M95, you better hope and pray to whatever God you believe in It's not one of the Page sisters, okay?
Well, we know now that it is not one of the Page sisters. She's getting Ella Envy, and that match is coming up tomorrow night on NWA Power. Let's see if Tim is back. Tim, can you hear us? I'm going to say no.
Say something, Tim.
Tim,
Can
can
you
you
hear us?
Touch your nose if you hear us. You don't hear us.
Well, he's scared to come on here and talk because he knows Jack Staines will whoop his ass.
Maybe Jack Staines watching.
Yeah.
Maybe Jack Staines on the other side of that window, peeping in.
I can see you. I can't hear you.
All right.
We
My
hear
mic
you.
is working.
Gary,
I
text him
can see
questions.
myself on the video. There's my wife.
Hey,
howdy, Miss Storm.
That's Mrs. Storm. It's good to see you. So you can hear us now.
My mic says it's working. I can see it moving.
But he cannot hear us.
Now you can't hear us.
I'm going to write questions on pieces of paper.
You got earphones or something? You got earphones? No? He's probably got them big cans, like them old.
Now we can't hear you. Okay. Oh, well.
Hold on.
Tell him Jack says he's going to whoop his ass.
Joe's riding a hostage.
He didn't want to talk to Mama Storm. That's what
I'll and stare at the. You want me to talk?
Yeah.
I can do that. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I listen to. Obviously, I try to listen to you guys all the time, and I listen back. So here's kind of my take on the whole situation. I think Joe, you know this. One of the things that I've it's been a struggle for me, at least mentally, over the last couple of years to make the transition, and it's more of because my heart will always be in the ring, but that's my role now. So, I'm not wrestling anymore for the NWA. I'm not worried about that. That's not an issue. I've accepted that. That's my role. I think there's a little bit of danger there where if I have to analyze and overanalyze everything that I'm going to say, then it would almost freeze me as a commentator. So it's not like I'm just not smart enough to analyze what I'm saying before I say every word. I've gone back and listened to it, and what I said is I've never seen Jack Dane look so weak. Obviously, he'd just been hit in the head with a foreign object, with a loaded glove. So I didn't say he was weak. I have a ton of respect for Jack Dane. It's one of those deals where I still have scars on my body from matches with Jax that will be there for the rest of my life. I respect him as a wrestler, but here's kind of the difference is, the Jax Dane that we see now is the Dane event. The Jax Dane that I wrestled in 8 states and countries, it was Godzilla. He wasn't wearing a fuzzy vest. He wasn't wearing sunglasses. He definitely wasn't taking a count out because he wanted to win every match. My record against Jax is my record against Jax, one loss is not great. I know that, but I've always been able to, rise up in those situations and win those matches. This isn't going to happen. This match is not going to happen. I'm a commentator. It's what I do. Well, Danny, you were out there for the last couple of matches. I think you were actually representing Jax at the time. Yes, I see your hand motions. I get your pantomime, but here's the deal. You were representing that. You signed that deal, and the deal was if I beat Jax, I got time in the ring with you. So, don't sign that deal if you're not willing to follow up on it. I actually enjoyed that more than most things that I've done. Was beat up Danny Dills. You wore a neck brace forever. So it's I respect Jack Dane. I respect Godzilla. But what I'm not afraid of Jack Dane. I'm not worried about a table in between us. I'm not worried about whatever he said about a purple jacket. And technically it was a Mama Storm pin. It wasn't the NWA World Championship pin that I was wearing. That was very intentional. It's a deal where I don't need any of that to protect me. I'm not afraid of Jack Dane, but I respect everything that he's done. And, I'm a commentator now. The one thing that you can't do is to say I'm scared. I'm not scared.
Can you hear us yet? Apparently not.
Now everybody's pointing at me. Oh, wait. Questions by.
Let me do this.
Am I ready for a fight? The thing is, Joe, you said it the other day, is I wrestle just about every weekend somewhere. And I hate to say I don't have anything left to prove, but I think as a professional wrestler, you prove something every single time that you climb in the ring. I'm always ready for a fight, but the thing that Jack said that really registered, that really like hit home with a lot of people is he said, "Why would I wrestle Tim Storm? What do I have to gain?" But it's on the other side, same thing for me. I have a front row seat to watch the greatest wrestling in the world, with the greatest wrestlers in the world, with the greatest commentary team in the world. And, what do I have to gain by, and Joe, you wrote the word fight. That's more like what every time that we were in the ring, that's what we did. There wasn't a whole lot of wrestling to it. And it was like being in a train wreck every single time. And I knew that I was going to pay a price for it. And I was willing to pay that. I don't have to do that anymore. I'm always ready, because that's I had the privilege of traveling with, some people may not remember this guy, but with Skandar Akbar. And Ak would always say, there's only two ways to get out of the wrestling business. You either die or they stop booking you. And I'm in a situation where, I'm not dead yet. My passion is in professional wrestling. I'm happy where I'm at. I'm happy sitting next to Velvet and Joe, and occasionally Danny Dills, Danny Dills. But it's am I ready for a fight? I'm always prepared, because that's what I do. But I'm a commentator. I'm an NWA commentator, and I enjoy it. And okay. I heard Troy Aikman say one time that the hardest thing that he had in the transition from being an NFL quarterback to being a commentator was he knew that sometimes he was going to say some things that maybe guys that he played with that were still playing weren't going to like. And I can't think about everything I'm going to say before I say it and worry about what my fellow wrestlers think about it. That's what I did. Flip that again so I can see it.
Come on, Gary.
Gary, make me bigger so you can read the question.
There we go. Oh man, one of the things with the Chase is you guys know this because we've talked about it. I love the history of professional wrestling. I love, the fact that I can't remember the exact, was it 35 years when we came back at 73, the first wrestling in that building in 30 something years, to be a part of wrestling history. That's what we are. The NWA is legacy, history, respect for professional wrestling. And to know that every wrestler who was somebody, who wanted to be somebody, had to go through the Chase to do that. The Chase is actual wrestling history. So answer your question, Joe, I'm so excited to go back to the Chase. It's the matches that we've seen on the card, incredible wrestling. Every show, every show we've done there has been phenomenal. I expect this one to not only be that, but to exceed those expectations, just like always. All right. Oh man, that's tough. That's tough, to be honest with you. I don't know what Danny's doing down there, but
See, that's actually better.
I'll return Danny's phone calls.
Oh wow. I
think you're scarred at Jack's. You can't even text to Danny. I don't know. Don't look and see. The Tyrus EC3 thing is, Tyrus is both guys are intelligent psychological wrestlers. But Tyrus is what, 6'8", 380 pounds. You're going to strap yourself to a man wrist to wrist in a 18-foot ring with no escape. Both these guys have a history together. They've known each other. I heard Tyrus's comments on, kind of what the history with these guys were. it's a classic battle of speed versus strength. But I think that Tyrus was really smart with the strap match. I mean, the bull rope match, putting yourself in a position where there's no escape, you can't run. That takes away EC3's speed. It takes away his quickness. And to answer your question, Danny, I think Jack said the other day, he said, you can call me. I'm not going to say what he said exactly, but he said, you can call me a lot of things. Scared's not one of mine. I come from a situation where I probably don't have enough common sense to be scared even when I should, so it's, again, I'm always excited to talk to you guys. But when I saw that that's what that we were going to talk about that, I thought, wow, this is going to be a really short conversation, because the conversation is there's no match. It's I'm not afraid of anybody. I respect Jax. I'm not scared of Jax. That would be the one thing he could probably say that would probably light my fuse a little bit. I'm not scared of anybody, but I'm a commentator. It's what I do. And, thanks to Joe, he's put me in a position where he's made my transition easy. And I'm happy with that.
All right, let me see. Can we bigify me? Oh wait, I can't do it the way Dills is doing. I'm getting too many kayfabe text messages.
Jesus Christ.
Hold on. There we go. Let's have them just talk about these. Go to another one here. There you go. What do you think of this match? Maybe if I text him, he'll be able to see it.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe he'll get the hint.
Man,
I was hoping so. Not happening.
No, he probably thinks we're talking.
Okay, I'm not. I don't want to talk over anybody since I can't hear anybody. I don't know if I'm talking over. Are you asking my opinion of that? Okay.
Bring it back up, Gary.
First off, I had not seen that was announced. I thought Jackson's comments the other day were pretty telling when he said that
this is for power.
Silvio was more concerned about getting himself a junior shot, and that he didn't quite understand why all of Silvio's, I guess, attention seemed to be going toward his tag partner. I think that's pretty telling. But man, the history of these two tag teams has been really, really good. And there for a while, it seemed like one tag team. It seemed to me like the Savages kind of seemed to be on the having the edge on those and had the advantage. Man, Magnum Muscle has risen to those challenges. These guys have had some great matches, and I don't know that I would say that Magnum Muscle could go strength for strength with these two guys, but it's a close matchup. And, the experience has got to go to Jax, but, his partner is kind of an up-and-comer too. I'm not picking anybody, by the way, on any of these matches, just so you know. As a commentator, that's not my job. No, my job is not to pick or to pick a side. My job is to play-by-play color. Here's what I see. So I'll do that when it's happening. I'll look forward to calling the matches, but it wouldn't be good if I started picking people before the match started happening.
Gary,
who's not going to win?
Why don't you get him another one up there, Gary? And then we'll just throw another graphic up there and see if he'll start talking about it. And then we'll wrap it up with him.
Okay. We've seen Zion in 4 or 5 matches now, and he is impressive. I mean, now that we know who he is, because there for a while it was, who is this masked man? History-wise, we've seen Odinson for 2 or 3 years, and always impressive. I would have to give the technical edge to Zion, but Odinson is the complete package. Again, I'm not going to pick a winner. I'm tempted to be sarcastic and say not Austin Idol, but it is what it is. So
see,
I think the advantage there goes to Odinson, but that's just on experience on what I've experienced seeing it. But Zion has been impressive.
All right, here we go. I'm just going to wrap him up here.
Final thoughts. Looking forward to I'm looking forward to 75. The chase is amazing. We've done 2 nights each time we've been there. I don't know, man. It's every year it seems to get better and better and better, which is saying something, because the first year there at 73 was breathtaking. Final thoughts. it's always fun to think about matches in the past, but at this point, hey man, I'm a commentator. Good luck, Jax, with whoever you get at 75. I'm sure you're going to do some damage to somebody. Yeah, it's not going to be me. So, and Danny, I'm a lot of things. Scared isn't the way it goes.
All right.
Thank
Say
you
bye,
guys
everybody.
so much.
Thanks, Tim.
Appreciate you.
I know he can't hear us, but ladies and gentlemen, that was Tim Storm.
How about
in
that?
the most awkward interview we've ever fucking done.
But I got to say, that was pretty brilliant, Joe. Good for you to jump in on that. And thank you, chat, for understanding and being a part of this. Tim is clearly, he's not a guy who just spends a lot of time on social media and on the computer and everything. So we had some technical difficulties there, and it could have been on StreamYard's end too. So
he probably when you asked him to be on, he probably thought you were trying to get him on Merv Griffin or something. He didn't know.
Oh, that's true. He tried to drive to my house. He was like, "How am I going to get there in time?"
Yeah,
but, nah.
He'd do it. Well, we got more matches on Power. We can go through the rest of them. I just that was going to get awkward without us being able to have a conversation. Anthony Andrews in a singles match against the Barker, Cody James. Anybody like this new version we're seeing from Cody, the Barker?
I like CJ.
Everyone likes CJ.
Yeah. Who we got? Who we got here, Joseph?
Oh,
who do you think?
Come on, you got to go with the dude with the strap.
Dude, it's a tag belt.
Not only, well, you know what? But I know that. But I've seen Anthony Andrews in singles competition, very successful, especially here in the San Antonio area. We both happen to frequent a place called RCW, River City Wrestling, and he's been a multi-time international champion with them. And that's a singles wrestler gig right there for sure, to be that sort of champion as well. So he's used to handling his business on his own. And then Cody James, we heard the Barker, and it was like a carnival Barker, but it was, I don't know, like 1705 or something. I don't know what he was. I don't know how to describe it, but you have to tune in and see it from Cody James, ladies and gentlemen. Also, one of the most dedicated guys that we got, who wrestles with us also on social media, always putting over all the stuff there too. So
I'm going with Cody James number one because I like CJ. Number two, Anthony Andrews assaulted me in Harriman, Tennessee. About a month or
that
two.
doesn't surprise me.
Well, you watch Anthony Andrews on social media, and that guy is everywhere all the time. He is always traveling.
Him and AJ, they hit me with some kind of double team move. I don't know what it was. One of them jumped off the top, and the other one was holding me doing something.
I also just got confirmation, and we like to do this when we go to cities for our big pay-per-views. The Children's Hospital in St. Louis, they're going to get a nice little visit from some of our wrestlers, and two of the wrestlers that will be going are the Country Gentlemen. So thanks to them for donating their time. Gentlemen from the country, they're going to go and cheer up some kiddos and bring some belts and take some nice pictures for them.
People want CJ on the show. I agree. I love CJ, and
I'm going to have to get the Portuguese translator. And
I was about to say that's the only problem.
That's the issue.
At least from what we've seen thus far on NWA TV, she pretends she can't speak English at least. So I don't know. Maybe you know something we don't, but it's going to be a very weird episode. Similar to what we just did with Tim Storm there.
We could just make up subtitles.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
What else is out?
Danny Deal doesn't call the cops.
No. He's got emergency dial 357. Boom.
There you go.
Bullseye.
Well, this main event's huge. I love this. The Brothers of Funstruction with a huge win over La Rebellion. And
one of these things is not like the other.
Poor Mario Perdua. He's like, everybody's like, wrong neighborhood, buddy.
Yeah.
Rufo's like, who's that guy over there that's not wearing any face paint?
I come to get you.
He's like, it is. Ruffo's like, this guy doesn't know what he's walking into. The other guys have some history, and they're gonna go. But Mario, I will say this: Mario did really, really well against Tom Latimer, and give him a run for his money there for a little bit. So maybe this is his opportunity to really show what he's got.
And I want to give a little tease to folks, not for this match, but for NWA 75. The Brothers of Funstruction are going to be getting a new theme song, and it is composed by the great Violent J of the Insane Clown Posse. I have heard it. and I think it's going to get a lot of downloads.
Yeah, I had to get some clips together too. They're apparently supposedly going to work on a music video for this thing. So,
why not?
Yeah. So this is
exciting. I was going to give this to Pardue, but I'm going to keep it for me.
And drink it?
Yeah.
What is that, wine? What is that?
No, it is a liquor
Polish?
from Poland, yes.
And made with cherries? Delicious.
Yeah, it's something crazy. My nephew was born and raised there, and he brought to me. He said, I bring you this. It's a very Europeans, we give each other liquor for gifts all the time. So this was my
gift too, because I'm not very creative when it comes to gift giving. So
this was my gift. Apparently, it'll knock your dick.
What's the octane on that? What do we got?
28%.
Oh, that'll do it.
500 milliliter.
Woo!
Chug.
Apparently,
oh shit.
He chugs that right now. We ain't sending any merch orders for 2 days.
No, I might not make it to 75. I don't have the kind of tolerance I used to have.
Another thing people should check out if you haven't already, I do want to point out, Joe's been doing some great interviews over on Instagram Live. We get those scheduled over on the social media. He's had EC3 and Tyrus on there now. EC3 twice actually, and I loved the last one with the EC3, but I do have a clip from that.
This title match became a bull rope match, and suddenly Tyrus's career is on the line, and it leads to a lot of speculation that is he so sure of defeat that he is choosing to put his career on the line in some sort of act of valor and honor and courage, knowing that he's going to lose to me so he can retreat and go back to little Greg G on Fox News. I don't know, but I was not consulted about this decision. I was not inquired to. I was not asked about it. But what I was willing to accept it, because without great challenges, there are no great rewards. And the greatest reward of all is the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship. And that's what I will receive August 28th, NWA 75, in what still will be the greatest match in NWA history. So up yours, Flair. Eat one, Steamboat. Go away, Garvin. It's done. It's over. The greatest match in NWA history is going to take place at NWA 75 EC3 v Tyrus.
Wow. That's a statement.
That is a statement. Some big words.
All time.
Yeah. So
75 years.
Yeah. Well, Francisco. Tyrus is on the poster. He's our current world's heavyweight champion. He is scheduled to be in Nashville, but will it be as a professional wrestler? That's the question. Because Tyrus, we've seen him on commentary in the past. Maybe he finds another.
Here's the thing: it's like the card's always subject to change, so we could put anybody we want on a poster, and potentially they could be there, or they could not be there. You put Abraham Lincoln on a poster, doesn't mean it's going to happen or not.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know if you can't gauge things.
Even if he loses, that doesn't mean he's not going to show up at the taping and be pissed.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
you know?
Pretty rare that you lose and then you're just like, well, I'm good.
Yeah, I guess I'm going to go right up and down
territory, which sometimes that happens. Yeah.
No,
he could leave. He could go to, Continental or, Central States or, you never know. He
can go to Australia.
Yeah.
Calgary. Come on now. There's plenty of places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Winnipeg.
I'm excited to see this.
Hit up Gagne's,
I'm pumped about that main event. Another one I'm pumped about, speaking of social media, and if you guys like those Instagram interviews, one thing I wanted to point out is go comment on them. Go share that with the office so that we know that that's something that fans enjoy seeing the story of these two guys just playing out online as well, just their interactions with each other and their comments about
And what do you think about this guy?
No, dude, the USW ain't nobody going to Memphis.
I want to float this here. I just want to float this. So Tyrus has made the stipulation. It's a bull rope match. If he loses, he has to retire, right?
Oh, I didn't know that was is it? Oh,
yeah. That's the step.
Now I see why dude was like,
news
the poster. But yeah, you don't know if
no. But here's the thing. Okay.
All right. I dare myself to follow the prop.
People in the chat, help me with this because I don't know if we're going to know off the top of our head. How many times has Ric Flair retired?
That's a good question.
For real, I think like twice. where he said,
what about just for real instead of for real?
Well, he retired Shawn Michaels, right? And then that was it. And then like a month later, he was like, I'm back. And then he retired again last year, actually, here in Nashville.
I feel like Hogan's done it a few times. I feel like all of these big time people.
Well, some of them,
you know, even not even the big time people. There's so many people out there that are, I'm out of the game, and then they get right back in.
But I think I think Flair's only said it twice. Other times he just went away.
I mean, I will say this for Tyrus. He definitely threw that in there. If you watch the interview, it was definitely thrown in to entice EC3 to be willing to lock himself to Tyrus at a bull rope match. So,
and see, this was all really goes back to TNA Impact, where EC3 was trying to pull those same strings when he had the championship. So, I mean, this is a long running feud that goes all the way back to.
I was there then. He wasn't really pulling those strings. Tyrus was his heater.
Well, or was he just using them? See, that's
probably, but
there's a lot of the heat for this match has been bubbling for a long time. That stove's been on for a while.
You know, another thing that's been, not to take away from the main event, but also at NWA 75, we got this match announced and we weren't sure exactly, it was just
Tim
an
Storm
exhibition, booking committee planning a match. But this Homicide and Joe Alonzo matchup, I was excited for it.
I was
going to say, I mean,
have it?
It started as just a match, and now it's turned into something else because Joe Alonzo has been going on social media. Well, yeah, take a look.
So with NWA 75 right around the corner, I was talking with the guy who represents Joe Alonzo at the NWA, Jamie Stanley, and we're talking, what's next for me? What's next for Joe Alonzo? Who would be the perfect opponent to help elevate my career at NWA 75? After thinking about it, I finally got my answer. And that's absolutely nobody. I'm already at the top of the NWA. Matter of fact, I'm the face of the NWA. I am Mr. NWA Joe Alonzo. And as I was saying all this and I was feeling myself, Jamie had to hit me with well, what about Homicide? Homicide? Homicide, the dude responsible who claims to be responsible for putting the New York wrestling scene on the map? Or the dude who's considered a legend on all the B-list promotions? Or better yet, the dude who has the whole wrestling world convinced that he's actually this thug, that he's this gangster, that he's this tough guy, and has everyone afraid of him, yet what, he's only 5 foot tall? That dude's a bum. Matter of fact, Homicide, if your bum ass can actually get a hold of a cell phone, listen to my words. After 20 years in this sport, you're still a nobody. If this match were to take place in the early 2000s, maybe I'd be somewhat excited for the idea, but unfortunately, it's 2023 and you're just an old shell of what you used to be. Like, bro, you're pushing what, 50 years old? It's time for all the old has-beens like yourself to just walk off into the sunset and let go. Like, quit, leave, go home, it's over for you. Go on the block and hang with your old homies and leave the NWA. Leave the sport of professional wrestling, and I know that would be sad for you because without wrestling, your life is lonely, sad, and pathetic, but hey, you need to be told when it's time to walk away, and for you, Homicide, that time is now. But, if you feeling gangsta, you feeling like that thug that you claim to be, and you think you can hang with young cats like me, you think you can hang with Mr. NWA Joe Alonzo, then let's do it. I'll listen to Jamie, let's do it. Let's do it in St. Louis. Let's do the thug Homicide versus the face Mr. NWA Joe Alonzo in St. Louis for NWA 75, and I'll expose you for the little bitch that you truly are.
Wow, that is you've even got Bulletproof Troop in the chat right now, just saying he's been around a lot of savages. Homicide is a scary dude. Alonzo's going to end up in a ditch talking like that.
Homicide was my roommate. He was my roommate in Chicago. I left him beers by his dresser every night and didn't wake him up, and I'd Scooby-Doo out of the room. Yeah. Brother's crazy. He'd fall asleep listening to the Yankees game. I'd see.
Are we just going to ignore the fact that we just had Joe Alonzo in a shower?
Yeah, I didn't want to see all that.
I was going to point out how uncomfortable I am with how.
Because not only that, it's not like he was recording that with the tripod. There was movement with the camera.
Somebody was
recording that in the bathroom with him.
Yeah.
Somebody
in the Trump Hotel. I don't know if you noticed that's what it said. He was at a Trump Hotel in some city that wasn't Chicago because outside the window there were mountains. I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is that was something. Dead Kobe saying Alonzo has guts, and I appreciate that. He has guts for this match with Homicide, and he has guts for whatever was happening.
Everything else.
Just putting himself out there like that. Just but hey, I love that comment from Joe Alonzo. I love that he's like he said, feeling himself, but Homicide's gonna see that.
Probably did that right now.
Feeling himself for real. He's cutting promos in the shower.
He was just finished with that.
Oh boy.
Or he's like, hey buddy, come in here.
You know what this reminds me of, by the way? Let's go ahead and show the people their this week's episode of Story Time with Rush.
Oh,
Christ.
Hello, NWA fans. This is the most spectacular wrestler in the NWA. This is Rush Freeman. On today's episode of Storytime with Rush, I wanted to talk about how lucky I am. I'll give you a couple stories here. So, when I was in 6th grade, my family won a trip from a radio station to Hawaii. I won a trip to Hawaii, kids, because I'm just that lucky. As an adult, I got so lucky from sliding in this beautiful British girl's DMs after she became social media famous for looking like China. That girl is now my girlfriend, and it's just another situation of why I am the luckiest man alive. I was on a cruise with that same girl this past December, and they were doing a giveaway for a diamond necklace, this big freaking rock diamond necklace. I won the drawing. I won this girl a diamond necklace, and what else is there to say? I'm just the luckiest man there is. I'm way luckier than Kyle Davis. He's bald.
A real winner, except when it comes to matches.
Why Kyle get a straight bullet right there? Right?
I feel bad Kyle's not in this to defend himself.
He's not here to be able to look at you, Rush. Yeah, you get hot of it.
So I've said this before. The picture of Rush holding the book with his lobster claw. That's the weirdest thing. Why does he have a lobster claw? Just pour the claw.
There was some clever editing there, I thought. So,
oh my
God. Story time with Rush. This is
occasionally lucky Rush Freeman.
Occasionally lucky. Oh man. Well,
man.
That's going on.
Gary, hit him with them call letters one more again. Show him what the sale is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The silver deals 20% off till next Monday. You got
Monday
an
to
opportunity.
Monday to Monday.
Can I get a Southern Six shirt with that?
Yeah, you can. Gary, show him.
Yeah, you can get the Southern Six shirt. We got that right here. Look at that thing.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. I'll move that so you can see the whole.
Why is there an outhouse?
It's the Southern Six. That's where they hang out. I don't know.
So everything in the South is just decrepit.
I feel like you're really criticizing my graphic design skills.
Atlanta's in the South, Miami's in the South, San Antonio's in the South. It's not all.
Nashville's in the South.
Hillbilly ain't coming from Miami.
Decrepit house.
Nashville's in the South. We got those corny ass California joints with the avocado toast on it. You know,
those are delicious.
Yeah,
it's terrible.
I love them.
20% off till next Monday.
Overpriced, but it's good for what it is.
NationalWrestlingAlliance.com/shop. Go get your merch. There's some beautiful stuff there. These cool new t-shirts.
Yeah.
That's good stuff. You want that. You want that at your house for you to wear. And you can do that. Yeah, and I like that beanie.
Uh-huh.
Oh, hey, guess what? We got an update with Storytime with Rush.
Yeah.
Look at the lobster claw. Lobster claw.
This is an update from Storytime with Rush. Yours truly. This is Rush. I just shot a video telling you how lucky I am. I was so excited to tell you about this that I walked away and forgot my backpack where I was standing. So now I have to walk back and get my backpack. I'm also right next to a Japanese birthday party. This is a great day in Renton, Washington. Oh, man. You know, one thing I can also say about myself, I may be silly and forgetful and stuff, but I have never, ever in my life had the desire to go see the Barbie movie. Can Joe Galley say that?
We're gonna jump all night. We're gonna run all the way. So baby, turn it up when I feel that rush. Yeah.
He makes me cry.
Japanese birthday. What does that even mean? Do you walk past a birthday party with Asian people he assumed to be Japanese?
Good God.
What the heck is that?
Look, we're gonna lose Alex
The
as a
biggest box office
subscriber.
success of the entire summer, Barbie. Oh, heaven forbid I went to go see the movie everybody's seen. With my fiance.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he did. I will say when he said that, he did say when he said that, he texted me and said, Joe's fiance is really cool though. Her name's Shelby and she's a peach. That's what he said.
Hey, look, Cruzito's in the chat.
Keep my fiance's name out your motherfucking mouth, Rush.
Say hi to Cruzito, Gary.
Who are we talking about?
The Bond.
Japanese birthday party should be Rush Freeman's finisher if he ever hits a finisher.
I want him to have that theme music.
His finisher's him laying down while somebody counts each Nissan. That's the Japanese birthday party.
That's a trick question. Rush, what's your finisher? I don't know.
Looking at lights.
The heels might be wearing off. It used to be the tips of the toes, but it's over.
All right.
T-Bond in the chat. What's up, brother?
Thanks for everybody who's in the chat, by the way. We appreciate you guys being here to hang out with us. Always talk about wrestling. Danny puts his dog in a leg lock.
He's biting me.
Yeah, I don't know. I will just say for Rush that I end up in tears after every single one. So that it keeps me entertained. You know what else makes me happy, though? We can't possibly leave if we don't give the people their moment of Sal this week.
When the power of love overcomes the love of power, then we will find peace.
What was that?
I don't know.
Huey Lewis in the news, right? Is that what he was singing?
They're strangely coherent for Sal.
I will say he already got me his next week's moment of Sal, and it has a special guest star, and you will not guess who it is. So
is it Rush Freeman?
It's not Rush Freeman, but we got to make
they
that
crash the Japanese birthday party. Konnichiwa.
Sal is an unlikely peace activist. I like that. Anyway, we're getting requests now for a faction called the Japanese birthday party. So they were on to something. They were on to something.
And it's an army of young Japanese children. They still lose every time.
God. All right. Anything else you guys want to talk about before we wrap this thing up tonight?
All right. I just want to reiterate, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be on the road with the Smashing Pumpkins on the 17th, 19th, 20th, and 22nd. There you go. There's the dates right there. Huntsville, West Palm, Tampa, and Charlotte. Look at all those people that are going to be in action. There's them Southern Six boys, Colby Carino, Mims, Max the Impaler, Rolando Freeman, Daisy Killed, the Page Sisters, Ruthie J, the Country Gentleman, EC3, and Camille, as long with her boo, Tom Latimer. That's going to be really, really fun, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, I feel like today's the 7th. We are, 19 days away from 75?
Yeah, 75.
Jeez,
75 is going to be pretty wild.
That is insane. Yeah, don't forget NWA 75. If you haven't already ordered this thing on Fight or gotten your tickets if you're in the area, this is where you want to travel to. This is the show to do it. This is going to be a huge whole weekend of wrestling action. And if you're closer to Nashville, don't forget we're going to be there too, August 28th and 29th.
Wait, Tyrus is there? What are people talking about?
No, they were saying Tyrus is on here, so they were like, so he's not retiring, is what the guy's point was.
Oh, I thought it was the other day. I was like, oh, we left him off the poster. That's weird.
Card subject to change.
Card subject to change, baby. Doesn't mean people are going to be showing up.
Yeah, says it right there. I mean, Missa Kate and Maddie are holding the tag team titles. If one of them, if Missa loses,
Tom could drop it. Kerry could drop it. He's got that match with Colby.
Yep. Country Gentlemen, they're going to be facing the winner of Daisy Kill and Talos and the Fixers at NWA 75. So you never know.
You have to do some photoshopping.
Yeah.
And Thrillbilly could have a belt. He's got that triple threat.
You got that right. And,
who's in the triple?
Colby and Kerry Morton. Colby Carrito could be your NWA Junior Heavyweight champion.
It's Kratos and Odinson and Thrillbilly. Triple threat. New national
What if it's a triple count out? Is everybody the champion then, or we just...
How would you do a count? You can't do a count out.
You can't. Most triple threats, and WWE started this, but, there's a no disqualification thing. I think it should just be no count out. There's no reason why it needs to be no disqualification. Why you got to go and bring a bunch of hardware in? You could just... do no count out, and then it covers it, and pinfall submission in the ring.
So it is a triple threat.
There's as of right now,
whatever you want to call it.
No, they're different. Three-way dance is elimination.
Oh, it's not an elimination. It'll be one fall to a finish. Yeah.
And Mike, that was an error on Facebook. Just ignore that for now. We'll keep you posted on any of that stuff.
You'll have opportunities to say hi to some of our NWA.
The Deal Machine's going to try to bring some people out. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry. We'll get you covered. It's going to be a great. You have to think about this. We want to focus so much on 75 being such an incredible show for the people at the Chase and the people all over the world. We got to put all of our resources into the broadcast, all of our resources into the show itself. We're going to make it. It's going to be spectacular. Pardon the pun, Rush. So you want to be able, we got to put everything we got into it. And we recently had a fan fest at Crockett Cup. So we had an opportunity for people to come out to that. And
there's going to be snap opportunities.
That was recent. It was like, well, we can't just bring in the same people. It's not going to do anything for our fans. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Also, we never even mentioned the Matt Cardona Open Challenge that's happening. That's a huge one, I think. I want to
see. He won some strap this weekend. He won some strap somewhere. He always does that, though.
Yeah, that's kind of his thing. He travels everywhere and just keeps winning gold. Tag team titles on the line. There's a lot going on at 75.
Whatever.
People, you know what that was. What it really was I brought it up and I was like, wait, am I going to just run down the whole card? We're done here. This is the end of the show.
There's going to be some matches.
It's 75. History, legacy, tradition, baby.
And where history is made and legends are forged.
I'm glad you guys remember it. I have trouble remember that for some reason. I don't know why.
Silver Deals is the code too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Silver Deals. Yeah. Don't miss out. NationalWrestlingAlliance.com/shop. Show your love on all the social media. Follow at NWA if you're not already. And
not shop at NWA.com like people keep saying in videos. Get this and shop it. That doesn't exist. National Wrestling.
Yeah, I've heard NWA shop.com.
They all do that.
Yeah, Google it. Just go to Dills' socials. Go to DLZ. That's where you need to go.
Follow at NWA merch.
And they have an Instagram page. The link is right there.
Yeah, easy to do. All right, thanks everybody for being here. Thanks to Joe Galley and Mr. Danny Dills. Until next week, please.